I'm Lama Tantrapa. Thank you for joining us today for our healing session. That's right. Our videos are not going to be just a theory. We are actually going to practice self-healing so that you can experience what it's like to release tension, relieve pain, and experience self-empowerment. Sometimes you feel that some parts of your body are not quite comfortable, sometimes outright painful or limited in their motion, don't you? That's exactly the reason why most people take drugs or painkillers. Perhaps you have taken some painkillers yourself. That's also one of the reasons why people seek medical attention. They often receive a lot of medical, but not that much attention. And the funny thing about it is that attention is what heals, not the medications, because certain medical procedures or therapies facilitate healing. But the true essence of healing is actually that we awaken the healer within. And that's essentially what you are about to learn today. How to heal yourself and how to facilitate a greater awareness of your own body so that you can work with the body rather than against it. The step that we're going to take today is to identify accurately where there may be some tension or pain in your body. Do you have any discomfort or pain anywhere in your physical body? If so, you may sometimes not feel like connecting with those parts of the body because they hurt. That's also what we do when we take painkillers. We basically block the signals of pain coming from those parts of the body, don't we? Instead of blocking the awareness of pain, it's actually healthy to first connect with the part of the body because it will facilitate attention. And where attention goes, energy flows. We were just talking about healing being the insider job. What would facilitate the healing of cells better than providing life force in greater quantities and greater qualities to those cells? How are we going to do that? As I just mentioned, where attention goes, energy flows. If you don't pay attention to a certain part of the body, it will stay disconnected, disempowered, or weak. Do you want to keep that part of the body hurting? Probably not. If you are interested in learning how to heal what ails you, let's start with a simple scanning exercise. Imagine you're going through an MRI machine. You know, one of those machines that scan your body. Imagine you can do that yourself. Going from head to toes, connecting with the top of your head, scalp, middle of your head, face, ears, jaws, upper neck, lower neck, shoulders. Identifying any particular areas that need attention or feel tense, disempowered, or achy. There may be some chronic or acute discomfort and pain. Continue going further down the upper back, scanning your rib cage, mid back, solar plexus. Don't forget your arms, upper arms, lower arms, elbows, wrists, hands, all the way down to the fingertips. And continue going further down your torso also. Lower back, abdomen, hips and pelvis. Continue further down into your thighs, upper legs, knees, lower legs. Go all the way down to your ankles and heels and feet. All the way down to your toes. Do you feel any areas that need attention? Do you feel any discomfort or pain in your body? If you do, you may even feel apprehensive or afraid of connecting with that part of the body because you would rather not feel the pain. That's understandable, and it's not your fault. This is something that has been programmed into our minds through the media and social upbringing, and the Western medicine has been promoting painkillers and opioids for decades. We know how well that works for us. It doesn't. That's exactly why we're learning how to connect with parts of the body that require attention. They're calling for attention, sometimes screaming for help. The pain is not a problem in itself. It's actually a request of the part of the body that is disempowered or weak to get attention. And where attention goes, energy flows, so that the part of the body that has been weakened or disempowered can actually become stronger. And you know, the chain breaks at the weakest link. That's exactly what happens to the body. Even though we may experience some injuries and we think it's just a fluke, usually the injuries also happen in parts of the body that has been already compromised. So, we are going to go through the entire process of reconnection and healing those parts of the body that need the attention and healing. Yeah, I'm going to ask you to start bringing attention to those parts of the body using the most natural, instinctive method that all humans know and use, especially children. You know, children, they may be running around like crazy and sometimes falling, sometimes hurting themselves. They're going to start crying. They may run to the parents and say, "Mommy, Daddy, I got an owie." What's the parent going to do? The parent is not going to just say, "Don't worry about it. Don't pay attention to that owie. Just keep on running. Pretend it's not happening." Of course not. The parent's actually going to probably take the child in the arms, kiss it, make it all better, touch it, bring attention to the afflicted or injured part of the body. And often, because of that touch, just a minute or two later, the child will be running again. That's because it works so effectively when we actually work it. So let me invite my friend and colleague, Derek Lau, to step in. You probably remember me mentioning Derek in our previous video.
Hello.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us today, Derek.
Hi, thanks for having me.
I noticed you were doing the same scanning exercise as we were going through it a minute ago. I wonder if you noticed any area of discomfort or pain that needs attention right now.
Yes, I did. My neck and shoulders got a little bit of discomfort. I think I've been spending way too much time on the computer lately, getting ready for the holiday seasons. I know better, but nevertheless, here we are, and yeah, it bothers me a little bit.
Yeah, we never do that, do we? It's actually interesting that you were just touching that part of your body that was asking for attention. That's exactly what I was talking about. You literally started giving attention to the part of the body that was tense or uncomfortable. So let's do the same thing. Let's actually take a moment and connect through touch with the part of the body that is asking for attention. So feel free to use one or both hands and just gently palpate. The level of pressure that we want to apply is very specific. If you push too much, it's going to hurt. And that's one of the reasons why you may feel scared or apprehensive about even touching the part of the body that hurts. Do you not? You know, sometimes people joke about going to doctors and say, "Doctor, when I do this, it hurts." And the doctor says,
Don't do that.
Exactly. Well, it may be a joke, but there is a way to actually put it to good use. We do that, but we do it mindfully. We apply just the right amount of pressure so that you arrive to the edge of your comfort zone. You will arrive to the edge of the comfort zone when you feel like you apply more pressure than what you're doing right now, and you will start feeling discomfort and pain. You may already feel some degree of discomfort, so please be very mindful. And when you apply pressure, I invite you to use the finger pads so that you don't overdo this. The idea is to apply just the amount of pressure that will allow you to feel that there is some degree of energetic blockage, which often feels like muscular tension. Do you find any area of tension in your neck, Derek?
Yes, I did. A couple of them, as a matter of fact.
Great.
So
So
it was
let's
this spot here I didn't really realize was sore, but it's evidently,
palpation leads to discovering things about your body that you perhaps didn't know before. How do you palpate? Just like playing a musical instrument. You literally run your fingers along the surface of the skin and experiment with different degrees of pressure. Please remember about the principle of mindfulness. You know, it's a big buzzword nowadays, mindfulness, but we can actually embody it. So instead of just talking the talk, we learn how to walk the talk when it comes to mindfulness. In this particular case, we're talking about mindfulness in regard to the level of pressure. So, continue palpating, working around the area that may be tense or uncomfortable to touch. You don't have to apply pressure so that you hurt yourself. Remember, just go to the edge of your comfort zone and don't overdo it. Can you do that? The next thing, I invite you to use your imagination in combination with breathing. Obviously, you're already breathing right now. You wouldn't be alive without that. Imagine that you are like a dolphin. You know, dolphins have blowholes in their backs or at the back of their necks. So let's imagine you have a blowhole in that part of the body that is asking for attention. And you literally start breathing through that blowhole. You may be using your mouth or nose to breathe in and breathe out, but use your imagination. Imagining that you're breathing through that blowhole wherever you have undue tension or pain. And as you're doing that, you can close your eyes and focus 100% of your attention on that specific part of your body. You will notice that initially, your breathing may be shallow, somewhat stifled, if you're in pain especially. But as you continue, you may notice how the muscles become softer and the breathing becomes deeper and smoother. Do you feel that? You may even feel a sigh of relief, which is a clear indication that you're letting go of undue tension and becoming more relaxed. Tension is a frozen movement, meaning the part of the body that now begins to move is actually letting go of tension. That spontaneous movement that happens when you release tension is an expression of that previously blocked flow of energy. And so as you unblock it by releasing tension, it actually begins to animate your body more actively. Please take another minute or so to really reconnect with that part of your body that asking for attention or perhaps would appreciate some empowerment. That's right. You are empowering part of yourself because where attention goes, energy flows. What happens when you bring energy to a particular part of the body? It starts to thrive. It starts to feel more alive. That life force that begins to flow more freely without the energy blockages caused by tension will facilitate greater homeostasis, empowerment of each and every cell of the body. So we're learning how to work with the body rather than against the body. Does it make sense?
yes, it does.
I hope you experienced the benefit of connecting with the parts of the body that needed attention and providing them with extra energy. As a homework, I invite you to continue doing that at least once a day. Scan your body, identify the areas of weakness or deficiency, and bring attention to them by touching them. When you do that, you can also visualize breathing through that part of the body, as if you have a blowhole there. Can you do that? At least once a day will keep doctors away. This is something that you can continue doing between now and our next healing session, and also for the rest of the year and for many years to come. Of course, I will be happy to walk you by the hand through the process of exploring the details of this and many other therapeutic applications of Qigong that I'm going to be presenting in the workshop called Pain Body Healing. Please go to painbodyhealing.com to join us for this live event and to learn how to empower yourself, reconnect with those parts of your body that perhaps were disconnected or weak, and also to develop a much greater sense of self-awareness and self-empowerment. I look forward to seeing you then.